This is step 5 for your primary color weave project. First graders, you're going to need your weave. Make sure that you've glued it, the end strips, on all 4 edges on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to set that aside for right now. You're going to need your art book, a pencil, scissors, and your glue bottle. The first thing I want you to do is open your art book to the next blank page, and you're going to tear out that page. So like how I'm holding my art book, you start from the top and you tear all the way to the bottom. Then you can set your art book off to the side. We won't need it anymore. Next, you're going to fold your paper, the page you just tore out, in half. So make sure it's lined up at the top at first and then fold it at the bottom. And then you're going to need your pencil. For this step, I'm going to use a black marker so that you can see it better on the screen, but I would like you to use a pencil. What we're going to do now is we're going to draw some shapes, and just follow along with me. Please draw your shapes in the same area that I draw my shapes on this piece of paper. So having your paper set up like this, the first shape we're going to draw is a circle. So I want you to think about size, not too tiny, not too big that it takes up your whole piece of paper. I'm going to draw my circle right in this corner right here. Okay, go ahead and draw your circle. Next, we're going to draw the letter U, about the same size as this circle right here, on the other side of the paper. So I'll start with the U. Then I'd like you to put a dot right in the middle, and we're going to draw a V going down and up. And then starting at that dot, another V going down and back up, kind of like a W actually. Okay, we have our circle. We have this fun shape. Next, what I want you to do is turn your paper over just like mine. And about right here, I'm going to make a dot right up here on your paper. I want you to draw a straight line going all the way down. And then make another dot about right here. Draw another straight line going all the way down. Okay, so your paper should look like this. Next, you're going to need your scissors, and we're going to do some cutting. So let's start with cutting this extra frilly stuff off. And when you cut this off, just stay right along the edge. Let's get rid of that. Try not to cut into your circle. Right along the edge, just like that. We don't want that. We don't need it. We can recycle it. Then I'm going to have you hold your paper again like this, and we're going to start on this line right here, almost like we're kind of cutting our loom. I'm going to have you stay on the line, cutting all the way across. We have 2 very long rectangles now. Remember, your paper is folded. All right, there's 2 more. So this I'm getting rid of, but I'm going to save these 2 strips right here. Next, you're going to cut out your flower shape. So again, your paper is folded. So you're actually cutting out 2 flower shapes and 2 circles. So try your best to stay on your line. Okay. I'm going to put my 2 shapes over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out circles. Remember, your thumbs are on top. Okay, and I got my 2 circles. All right, all this stuff is recyclable. You can take that and recycle it. Okay, the next step, we're going to be using our glue bottle, and you are going to get your weave. Now, if you have, and you see all your pencil lines, and if you see your name, this is the back of your weave. So I'm going to have you flip it over. So your name is on the back. Let me zoom out a little so you can see. Okay, so I want you to set your weave up just like how I have mine. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some flowers kind of standing on stems. So these are our flowers and these are our flower stems. Next week we're going to design a vase to put our flowers in. And these are the final steps for your project. So doing a little more cutting and gluing. We'll talk about the word symmetry next week. Today we're going to talk about the word overlapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my flowers. You can set them up however you like, kind of in this general region, general area, because eventually, once you have your stems set up, kind of play around with this, next week you're going to make a vase. It's going to kind of look like this. So however you have this set up, hold on, let me zoom out a little. I need to adjust my camera. There we go. So I'm kind of giving you a heads up. We don't have our vase yet. We'll do this next week. But however you have your flowers and your stem set up is going to affect how you have your vase. So I like how my stems are tilted a little bit. We're going to start with the stems first, and then we're going to add the flowers. And I'm going to talk about the word overlapping. So overlap means when one paper goes over the other paper. So you can arrange this however you want. Change the lighting a little bit. You know, if you want to have a circle over here and a tulip-shaped flower over here, you can change height. Make one really short. It's kind of like arranging your own bouquet of flowers. Almost the season of flowers. Okay. So I'm going to take away the vase. This is just giving you an idea of what we're going to be doing next week. But look how I have my stem set up now. Okay, they kind of make almost a V shape. All right, so just thinking about that. I'm going to take away the flowers right now. And we're just going to look at the flower stems. So I really like how I had that set up. So once you have it set up like this, then I want you to look at which stem is closest to the weave, which stem is before all the other stems, underneath all the other stems. So when I'm looking at this closely, this stem right here is underneath. So that's the one I'm going to glue down first. So when you glue, make sure you're gluing on the table and not on top of your artwork. We can clean the table, but it's harder to clean your artwork. For the stems, you're just going to do one. Make sure your glue bottle's open. One line of glue. I'm not going to have you touch it. You can just do one line and then try to remember where you had it placed. Make sure you push it down. Okay, and then you're going to move on to the next stem. One line of glue. Don't use too much glue. Just a thin little line. I'm going to move this up a little bit more because I want this to be a little taller. Now these two end ones are really going to be making that V shape to make it look more like a flower bouquet. A flower arrangement. So when I lay these end ones down, I want them to be a little more at an angle. The last one, a nice thin line of glue. And again at an angle, maybe a little lower. Okay, I'm pushing them down, making sure they're sticking. Now, last thing, onto the flowers. Again, I'm going to set it up and kind of arrange, see if there's any that are overlapping. I have some that are overlapping, but I kind of spread them apart a little bit. That's okay too. Overlapping right here. This one's going over that one. All right, after I have it set up, then you can grab one at a time. And when you're gluing, I like to go around the edge and follow that shape. I know it's hard to see because I have white paper and white glue. And then do a little X in the middle. This time I'm going to have you take your finger and just spread that glue around so it covers the surface. And then put it right on the edge of that stem. Hold it down for about 5-10 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. And then move on to your next one. Same thing. Go around the edges, not too close to the edges because it'll squirt out and make a big mess. We're trying not to get glue on our desk. But if you do, we'll just clean it up afterwards. All right. Hold it down. If you get glue on your hands, the easiest thing is just wipe it right off. You can wash your hands later. I like to glue on the side that has the pencil lines so I don't see the pencil lines. So go around the edge, a little X in the middle. Spread the glue around with your finger. Lay down. Last one for today. Go around the edge, little X in the middle, and hold it down. About 5 seconds. And then, so for next week, we will make our last step. We will make this vase, and we'll cut it, draw it, cut it out, and glue it down over our stems. And then you finished your primary color weave with a little flower silhouette addition. All right, have fun.